Our story this week is all about our very big pumpkin. Big pumpkin. Let's read it and see what happens. Once there was a witch who wanted to make pumpkin pie, so she planted a pumpkin seed. She weeded and watered, and after a while, a sprout poked through, and then a pumpkin grew, and it grew, and it grew, and then it grew some more. What is that pumpkin doing? What is it doing? The pumpkin is growing. Yeah, the pumpkin grew and it grew and it grew. I wonder what's going to happen next. Soon, Halloween was just hours away. The witch thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take her pumpkin off the vine. Look at how big that pumpkin is. It's taller than the witch. It's huge. And what grew from that seed she planted? What is it? Yeah, it's a pumpkin. A pumpkin grew. Good job. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First, she pulled hard and then she pulled harder. But that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the witch. What is she doing? What is that called? What is she doing to that pumpkin? She is pulling, just like our vocabulary word. Nice job. She's pulling. Just then, along came what's that? Along came a ghost. A ghost came. Big pumpkin, said the ghost. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. I'm bigger than you and stronger too, boasted the ghost. Let me try. Huh, said the witch, but she thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. She really wants that pumpkin pie. The ghost bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder. But that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the ghost. I wonder who's going to come next. Oh. Just then along came a vampire. Along came a vampire. Ooh. Big pumpkin, said the vampire. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. I am bigger than both of you and stronger too, boasted the vampire. Let me try. Humph, said the witch. Oomph, said the ghost. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The vampire bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, he pulled and he tugged and he pulled. First he pulled hard and then he pulled harder. But that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the vampire. I wonder who will come next. Who came? Just then along came a mummy. It's a mummy. Big pumpkin, said the mummy. It's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine, and Halloween's just hours away, said the witch. And she kicked that pumpkin. I am bigger than all of you and stronger too, boasted the mummy. Let me try. Humph, said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Humph, said the vampire. But they thought about pumpkin pie and stepped aside. The mummy bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Well, she pulled and she tugged and she pulled. First she pulled hard and then she pulled harder. But that pumpkin just sat. Drat, said the mummy. They are trying really hard and they cannot get the pumpkin off the vine. Just then along came who came next? A bat. Along came a bat. Big pumpkin, said the bat. The witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes. The ghost looked at the vampire. The vampire looked at the mummy. The mummy looked at the witch. And they all looked at the bat. And they started to laugh. Ah! What is he talking about? I may not be big and I may not be strong, said the bat. But I have an idea. And the bat told them what to do. Said the witch. Humph, said the ghost. Humph, said the vampire. Humph, said the mummy. But they thought about pumpkin pie and bent down to take the pumpkin off the vine. Ready, set, pull, called the bat. The bat pulled the mummy pulled the vampire pulled the ghost pulled the witch, and the witch pulled the pumpkin. Well, they pulled and they tugged and they pulled. First they pulled hard and then they pulled harder. What character trait are they showing? They're working together to accomplish a goal. What character trait is that? Yeah, it's teamwork. They're using teamwork. They are working together to accomplish their goal. And snap! Off came the pumpkin. Drat, said the witch. Whoosh! It flew and it flew and oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Thud! It landed on top of a hill and the bump, 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 bump. It bounced all the way down to the witch's house. And when it got to her door, that pumpkin just sat. Hooray for the bat! Shouted the witch, and she hurried inside to make pumpkin pie. How did that pumpkin get there? It was on top of the hill. How did it get here? It rolled away. It rolled down. Remember, it went bump, 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 rolled down the hill. Said the ghost. Have some more, said the witch. Couldn't eat another bite, said the vampire. Fun party, said the mummy. Time to go, said the bat. Oh, they're all eating. What did they get to eat? What are they eating? Yeah, it's pumpkin pie. They get to eat pumpkin pie because they got the pumpkin off the vine using teamwork. Yummy, that looks good. Drat, said the witch as she watched them all leave. Then she went right out and planted another pumpkin seed. What is she doing? What is she doing here? She's planting those seeds. She's planting the pumpkin seeds. And what do you think is going to grow from those pumpkin seeds? A pumpkin. She'll get another pumpkin for next year so she can make some more pumpkin pie. That sounds delicious. That is the end of our story. It's time for our activity.